Hello, coaches. Welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Spotlight. My name is Kim Cofino, and I've worked with hundreds of teachers, coaches, and leaders in schools around the world through my courses, consulting, mentoring, and membership to help them create thriving and sustainable instructional coaching programs. And I'm on a mission to help you coach better. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. If you're ready to take your next step, get a tailored list of resources designed specifically for your experience level to help you coach better today. Take our free quiz at coachbetter.tv/quiz to get started. In this Spotlight episode, I'm chatting with Donna Spangler, who spent the majority of her career working in U.S. public schools as a teacher, then a coach, then a chair of a team of coaches, then an assistant principal and president of her teachers union. She also served as president of the Pennsylvania chapter of Learning Forward and now works as a coach through SIBME and is the executive director of EdJacent, which is a company that supports educators and change makers. All of these experiences center around Donna's passion for professional learning for adults. And this episode focuses on one of her key areas of expertise: why coaches need to measure their impact, not just their activity. I absolutely loved this conversation with Donna because she and I are so aligned in the way we think about coaching. It's a powerful blend of the macro view about coaching, the why and the what, along with the micro view, the how. And one thing that all coaches need to be focused on from their very first experience coaching is measuring their impact. I have a previous quick tips episode about this topic that I will link up here and in the show notes for you if you want to watch that one after this episode. In the full-length audio podcast, we also talk about what makes coaching so impactful for schools, how coaches create meaningful change in teachers' instruction and positively impact the school building and system. We dig deeper into the difference between measuring coaching impact versus coaching activity, why coaches might create a coaching impact report, how coaches can ensure they're retaining focus on impact rather than activity, even if they're pressured to demonstrate their activity, how coaches can create sustainable structures for ongoing data reflection, the systems and structures that need to be in place for schools who are building coaching programs now, and the common pitfalls that schools and school leaders often fall into when building coaching programs. To listen to the full-length episode, subscribe to Coach Better wherever you get your podcasts. This episode is a goldmine of practical advice and strategies for instructional coaches who not only want to make an impact, but also want to be able to document and share that impact with others. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, measuring your impact is something you need to consider. If you're curious about diving deeper into that process, I hope you'll join us in one of our courses for coaches where we address the importance of measuring your impact at the level that's just right for your coaching experience level. I'll tell you more about those courses at the end of the episode. Before we begin with today's episode, I want to let you know that you can find all the ways to connect with me via my website, my social media, and all of my courses, books, and resources in the description of this episode. You can also find the show notes for today's episode and all of our resources for instructional coaches on our website at coachbetter.tv. Okay, let's jump into the clip with Donna.
Well, let me first tell you why.
Okay, good, go. Yes.
Why you probably would want to do that. So I used to tell our coaches that there's 5 reasons to kind of do that. So the first one is that accountability piece. And it's the piece that we were just talking about, whether you like it or not, schools are investing in coaching. It takes time, funding, and resources. And measuring gives stakeholders, administrators, school boards, clear evidence that coaching is improving teacher practice and student learning. Second reason is that data-informed decision-making. So when you collect data, coaches can adjust their strategy and focus more on what works. Because like I said, you have limited time. It helps ensure that it's grounded in evidence-based practice rather than just instinct or what I think. Teacher professional growth and student achievement. So if you boil coaching down at its core, it's about improving teaching and having students thrive. So sharing impact data helps teachers see their growth individually And it also helps them stay motivated and partner with coaches to kind of continue to refine that instruction. Continuous improvement, though, is also important for coaching impact for the coach. So coaches need to grow too. I mean, I really hope that each year that I coached, that what I started out with, which I really tried to do the best I could, was not the same thing I ended up with at the end, because hopefully in that year I grew. Tracking impact helps coaches reflect on their own work, refine their coaching strategies, and decide what am I getting my most bang for my buck for, and what am I going to adjust going forward. And then that last one is that advocacy and report. So when coaches demonstrate impact, they get buy-in. You get buy-in from teachers. Some of the teachers who aren't going to touch you with a 10-foot pole, when so-and-so teacher down the hall is talking about their work with you and what's changing in their classroom and blah, 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 that one who said, I'm never going to work with Donna Spangler suddenly goes, wait a minute, what? And then suddenly you get could you help me with this little thing? And then a little bit more and a little bit more. It also helps, leaders to see what you're doing and the broader school community, which helps secure ongoing support and funding. And then when we don't measure impact, we risk that coaching becomes a nice to have instead of a must have. So those are kind of 5 reasons I would always tell our coaches why we needed to track impact. It's not just so we can show what we do, but to show the difference that we're making. So, and as we got a little bit more into this in my school, and we were kind of in front of what I knew was going to be coming soon, was the ESSER funds drying up, and we need to be able to over time show our story and our worth. I started having people do coaching impact reports.
Thanks for watching this clip with Donna. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I loved having it. And if you liked this clip, please go listen to the full audio podcast episode. It is outstanding. It is always so affirming and rewarding to hear a guest share thinking that aligns so very closely with my own. My co-author, Christina, and I came across Donna's work as we are working on our next book. I'll link to an episode about our previous book up here. And we were both so excited about her perspective that I immediately reached out for a call. I am so grateful to share this conversation with you because there are so many insights that are powerful for coaches and leaders to hear, especially in this episode, why coaches need to measure their impact. When we're in a non-teaching position, we have to be aware of the need to track, measure, and share the impact of our work because it's often invisible, as Donna says in this episode. If we don't know the impact of our work for ourselves, it becomes very hard to advocate for the work of coaching with others. And as we know from many, many episodes of this show, a few of which I'll link up here for you, since coaches are not positional leaders, it's the evidence of our work and our relational influence with others that we have to rely on to develop our coaching program and culture. And we can only do that when we actually know the outcome of our work. If you listen to this episode and you want to dig deeper into collecting data to measure your impact, head over to this previous Quick Tips episode from last season, which I'll also link in the show notes, and then come join us in one of our courses for coaches. We talk about measuring your impact at the level that's just right for your experience in each of our global cohorts. Each of our global cohorts is designed to support you in developing your coaching capacity based on your specific experience level. If you're an educator or a leader ready to learn about a coaching mindset, join Cultivating a Coaching Mindset. If you're a brand new or aspiring coach thinking about making the move from classroom to coaching, join us in Getting Started as an Instructional Coach. If you're a current coach or an educator who is dedicated to building a thriving coaching program and deepening your coaching practice, join the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program. Or if you're an experienced coach who's ready to lead, join us in Coaches as Leaders. Each of these cohorts will highlight the importance of measuring your impact at the depth that's just right for your level of experience based on which cohort you're in. Registration for each cohort opens only once a year. Get all the details at coachbetter.tv/learn. And if you're not sure which one of those courses sounds right for you right now, we also have free workshops to help you take your learning deeper from today and uncover which course might be right for you next. You can find them all at coachbetter.tv/learn. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. You can find all of our resources for instructional coaches, as well as the show notes for today's episode on our website at coachbetter.tv, linked in the description below. If you're curious right now, if you have questions, please reach out. You can leave a comment down below. You can comment on the show notes on our website. You can join our Coach Better Facebook group, or you can find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. I'd love to support you on your coaching journey. See you next time.